All right. Awakened. So, like everyone, I'm here to share the details concerning my awakening experience and the trauma surrounding it. Now, like everyone, we have a choice to make in life once you reach a certain age, or once you reach a level of curiosity that causes you to question every fucking thing that has been going on in your life. So you ask yourself, am I going to take the red pill? And am I going to learn the knowledge, gain some freedom from the brutal truths of reality? Or am I going to be comfortable and safe, live in a blissful ignorance, and enjoy this blue pill? Well, if you are like me, you are brave or stupid, whichever one you'd like to call yourself, and you chose red. Now, in the beginning, when you first took this red pill, it brought you pleasure. You were connected to the earth. You felt connected to other people. Your heart chakra seemed to have opened and expand. And you probably thought this world was a beautiful place full of beautiful people. And you probably thought that you found God in nature. On the other hand, you probably realized that every fucking thing that you've ever been taught in your life was a lie. And if you're like me, you're wondering, where do I go from here? And I wish I was able to tell you, but I'm actually more of here to just fucking not necessarily rant or complain, but just to, I guess, share a bit about my awakening realizations. You probably realize that you're extremely special, and you're way more special than anybody else on earth. And at the exact same time, you realize that you're not special at all. And you are not more special than anything on this earth, not even your own shit. And I mean that 100%. That is the thing that I realized. That I am the most important thing on earth, and yet I hold no value at all. Now, how does that work out? Well, when you realize that you're not here for you, you are not here to build yourself into what you'd like to be. You are not here to find out who you are. On the contrary, someone has already created who you are before you were born. And that is actually why you exist. Now, we're about to get a little bit more deep into this, and some of you are probably not going to be all that happy about what I have to say. And I don't give a fuck. Some of you may not agree with what I have to say, and I give a fuck even less. You want to know why? Because I woke up not just physically, but spiritually, and realized that I was stolen. I was stolen in the womb. And some powerful God source, gave me not a mission, but a purpose before I was even born. Some of you are probably thinking, well, that's great. Everyone wants to have a purpose for living. But here's the fucked up thing. See, everything on earth, and I mean every job, every position, every article of something, we were all created for a purpose. For instance, this lipstick that I just applied. Someone created this lipstick for me to put on my lips, but not just me. This lipstick is made for anyone to put on their lips. And some of us are thinking, well, that's fine, it's a lipstick. But what if your life, what if you feel, you hear, you think, you have emotions, and something made you and gave you a purpose for something, such as to go inside of someone's mouth, like the chickens that are being GMO produced, genetically modified, for no purpose besides to be fucking eaten by a savage human being beast like you and me. Sadly, some of you are going to watch this and you're going to say, well, they're chicken. Chicken are made to be eaten, right? No, you fucking monster. Actually, this fucked up thing is that some of them are made for no other purpose besides to be eaten. And the worst part about it is how comfortable and how okay so many fucking human beings will be with that knowledge until your spirit gives you the experience and lets you know what it feels like to be created for no fucking purpose besides someone else's pleasure. And it doesn't even fucking matter if it hurts you. Now, some of you may not have had that experience, but I have. And I'm very unhappy about it. And now we're about to get into some even deeper shit. On this earth, there are millions of people who exist. And everyone wants to feel like you were made for a special purpose, for a special someone. There is a such thing as reincarnation. There is a such thing as possession, spiritually, mentally, brainwashing, mass manipulation, essential mind control. Basically, what I'm telling you is that you think that you're you, but you're probably not. See, throughout my awakening experience, I got to meet the others. And I got to learn that I am not who I thought I was. That I don't have as much freedom on this earth as I thought that I did. And that I was created to be a fantasy for someone, but that's not what I wanted. No, I want to be an animal activist or a teacher or a writer. I want to use my brain and I want to use my heart. But unfortunately, I don't belong to me. I belong to someone else. See, things are very complex here on this realm we call Gaia. If you think about something, you bring it into creation. And some of us will wonder, well, what if I'm thinking about a 25-year-old who's incredibly sexy, and I just started thinking about them today? How is it that I'm going to find this 25-year-old if I didn't start thinking about them 25 years ago? Well, the fascinating fucking thing about this planet is that somehow that 25-year-old that you've been fantasizing about with the blonde hair, the dark skin, and the green eyes, they actually do fucking exist. They just have to create themselves into what you're looking for. And see, young men and women, that is why we have makeup, plastic surgery, hair extensions, hair weaves, contacts, stiletto heels, all of this plastic fucking surgery. Because when you're born basic, like a fucking doll. And then this earth has literally every fucking thing that you can imagine that you would want to create the being in which you want to be or that you desire. You find as close as you can to that, and then you use all of the extra shit and you create that being. And that is, poof, your fantasy right then and there. So that's what I've awakened to, being a whole new person and not realizing that I was being manipulated spiritually, mentally, and physically by someone who desired me. The sad thing is when they desired me, they did it on such a shallow fucking level that they forgot to give a fuck about who I was as a person or who I would be as a person. Therefore, this person, who I know who they are, because we are spiritually connected and mentally connected. However, I can't be with them, even though I'm their fantasy, because we are incompatible. Because I had no fucking interest in being a bimbo Barbie fuck doll. But apparently, once I awoke into my true self and I realized that is what I was made for. It's pretty fucked up, isn't it? Some of us are going to think, well, that doesn't make sense for God to create someone to just be a bimbo Barbie fuck doll. Until you really analyze it and you think about it, okay? What if we already had enough pediatricians? What if we already had enough scientists? You know, you have to respect the fact that God, this conscious being that seems to answer yes to everything, just creates. And so here I am, created. And there they are, knowing who I am, knowing that I am their desire, and we don't have any fucking thing in common. And the reason why is because during my spiritual awakening, I had a physical awakening, something that most of you probably don't even know what the fuck it is. And because of that, I'm actually going to stop this one right now, and I'm just going to start a whole new video talking about what a physical awakening is versus a spiritual awakening, because I think that those are very important aspects. But before I sign off, I just wanted to say that if I would have created myself, my passion in life is to be the voice for innocent animals that are being tortured and that are being literally fucking created by human hands, and they're never being shown what it feels like to be loved by the very fucking thing that has created them. And it's pretty fucked up. But that's what I want to do. I want to be an animal activist because I care about animals. But that doesn't seem to be in my cards because someone has already created a path for me. Someone has already written me into this world in a particular role. And trust me, I have tried to deviate from this role. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I have. We're talking complete and utter rebel to the point to where I've been essentially abstinent for the last 7 years. But we'll get into that later. This was a harsh awakening, everything about it. But I don't wish that I would have taken the blue pill still, because it's just, for me, it's better to know.